Oh, good day, YouTube. This is Glockman USA coming at you. Doing my first review. I did one video already, just kind of a test video. If you saw it by any chance, just kind of introduced myself, talked about what I was going to be doing, what type of reviews I was going to be giving. This one here, just kind of shooting from the hip on this one. Shoot first, aim later on this. They will be better. I plan on having as much information about the weapon or whatever it is that I'm going to be doing in a review on. I have as much information about it as I can, like weight. For example, I don't know what this one weighs in at. I'm not 100% sure. Barrel length on it, not sure on that. I do know it is, I do know the caliber, obviously, and the basic information, but a lot of people want to know what they weigh. Weight's important. It's very important. But anyways, what we're looking at is the SIG p250 in .40 caliber. This gun holds 13 rounds. It's a subcompact. Let's see, it holds 13 rounds, subcompact, double action only. Like I said, it's a SIG. The thing about the 250 is, when I first found this gun, when they came out, they weren't really advertised. You didn't have a lot of people, barking at them. You didn't have the matter of fact, the gun dealer that I bought this one off of, he didn't know hardly anything about it. And he's a huge SIG guy. He loves his SIGs. He's got a custom one of the SIG 1911s all customized, and oh man, that thing's beautiful. But he loves his SIGs. But he knew absolutely nothing about the 250 other than, what just little information he got from the dealer on the manufacturer. Or the ad, I should say, when he ordered it. Well, anyways, the 250 I was looking at. When I bought it, I was only going to spend, I think I'd set myself aside. I was looking for another gun to replace my Glock 23, and I set aside about $400, for a subcompact gun. Something, like I said, to replace my Glock 23. Well, I saw this 250. One of the first things I saw was the name SIG. The second thing I saw was the price. I was kind of, taken back, because I was like, wow, you're only asking $350 brand new for a SIG, a .40 caliber SIG. What's wrong with it? I'm thinking that's, extremely big piece of crap. I'm thinking, SIG, this is what's left over. These are parts of 220s and 226s that, were machine bad, and they kind of threw them together, sort of like some guitar companies do. Like Fenders they'll use crappy parts and make their Squires, and Gibsons will use crappy parts and make Epiphones. And I thought that's sort of what SIG had done. Well, no, contrary. They were taking a new route. They were trying to corner. I wouldn't necessarily say corner the market, but they were trying to get in on the affordable end. Making a gun that is, especially with times the way they are. They were trying to make a gun that was economically affordable for, people like me and you. Well, I don't know, you may be able to afford something a little bit nicer, but, the average Joe Blow citizen. Hence, the 250. Another cool feature about the 250 is that they did with it is they made it completely interchangeable. And when I say interchangeable, what I'm referring to is the hammer assembly inside of it. the trigger, the hammer, and all the components, the running components inside the gun, all those come out. When you field strip the gun, you can take out the assembly, which I will show you, and that's the part that's registered on the gun. That's the serial number. That's the ATF registered part. And the cool thing about it is you can buy new frames, new slides, different calibers. You can go from a subcompact to a full size in a matter of minutes. And another cool feature of that is they're very cheap. You know, a lot of people are probably thinking, oh yeah, well sure you can do that, but by the time it's all said and done, you might as well just, you know, you're paying $350 for the gun, then you're gonna pay $200 for the slide, $200 for the frame. You might as well buy a new gun. No, they're cheaper than that. Matter of fact, I was on eBay the other day, and a guy had a 357 slide and barrel and magazine, along with the frame for it. You pretty much got everything but the trigger assembly. And he was only asking $250 for all of it. So I mean, heck, that's a heck of a deal right there, I thought. And well, he wasn't the only one on there doing that. There's several people on there that had the that had 250 frames and slides that they were selling for, again, really reasonable prices. Now, what I was saying a few minutes ago was, I was baffled that it was a SIG, for one, and that it was that price. Because anybody who knows anything about SIG knows SIG is not cheap. I know, Lord, my 220, when I bought it, it was in poor shape. The bluing wore off. It was something horrible. The night sights on it were burnt out. It was an older model, and it was still going at $500. Now just because it was because it was the ugly duckling, didn't mean that it didn't run good, because it did. It shot great. It was, like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that it was the bluing was wore off of it and whatnot, you couldn't have. It was just like a brand new gun. But anyways, back to the 250 here. If you are looking for one, a good gun, which the SIG is a great gun, and you're looking for a subcompact, and you want something in a decent caliber, 40 caliber, with a fair amount of ammunition, 13 rounds is very significant, then I highly recommend the SIG 250. It's a subcompact, a very good gun. It shoots great. Took it to the range. And for the first time, I was thinking, man, this thing probably, as cheap as it was, it's probably not going to shoot good, or it's going to be a jam-o-matic. One of the two. No, totally wrong. The thing shot flawless. Put a couple hundred rounds through it. Several factory, several reloads. I put not only just factory ammo through it. I put factory hollow points through it, the ones that I was going to be carrying, because I like to. It's a little expensive, but where I used to work, when we did firearms qualification, we practiced with the cheap ammo, but when it came time for qualifying, we qualified with our duty weapon ammo. So we carried Federal Hydroshocks. We were shooting Federal Hydroshocks to qualify with. Which, to me that makes sense, because of, the powder's different, it might hit different, it's going to respond different to you. And let's face it, Federal Hydroshock ammo is by no means cheap ammo. It's not every day that you get to sit down and shoot, over 100 rounds of it. And you don't have to pay for it. Could you imagine how much that cost? That'd be, Lord, that'd be through the roof. Excuse me, when you hear me pause, I'm a little thirsty, so I was getting something to drink there, so I beg your pardon on that. Anyways, the p250, checking here. It is empty. I'll hold it here in my hand. You can get a feel for, or a look at the size. You know, it's not a very big gun. It's a pretty good. It's a little gun. It's you know, if you don't have a problem with your pinky hanging off the end, like the Glock 26 or 27 is like that. So that's something you got to deal with. Or you can buy the pinky extension, which is what I did. And it goes on the magazine. It works really well. Well, I'm looking at my timer here. I'm eating up some time, so I didn't get in everything I wanted to. But this is my first review, so you know, bear with me. They're going to get better. This one here is just general information on the SIG 250. If you're looking at it, I recommend it. Great concealed weapon gun. The subcompact. If the full size and the compact version are anything like the subcompact, I would extremely recommend those. As they would be up there. They would definitely get a good score, and that's what I'll be doing, is scoring these guns. So with that said, if you have any questions, and I do encourage questions. I was always told the only dumb question is the one that you don't ask. So I'd rather you ask a question and, you know, it seemed trivial versus you shooting yourself or somebody because you wasn't 100% sure on what you were doing. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes asking questions is always the way to go. But anyways, I'm going to get off here, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, I'm going to get more in depth on these. I'm just kind of practicing, seeing if I get a feel for YouTube. I really don't even care how many views I get. I just, you know, want to put some general information out about things and whatnot. So, with all that being said, you know, like I said, just shoot me a couple comments. Any questions you have, I'll do the best to answer. And I'm gonna get off here and do a review on the car and the 229 here shortly. So, with all that being said, you know, God bless. Everybody have a good day, and you know, pray for our country.